On April 27, 2026, the most powerful partnership in artificial intelligence history was rewritten. Not renegotiated, not extended, rewritten. OpenAI just broke free from Microsoft, and the world of AI will never be the same. To understand why this matters, you need to understand how this partnership began. In 2019, Microsoft made one of the boldest bets in tech history. They invested $1 billion into a small AI research lab called OpenAI. At the time, most people had never heard of it. But Microsoft saw something others didn't. They saw the future of computing, and they wanted to own it. Over the next 4 years, Microsoft poured in $13 billion more. In return, they got something unprecedented: exclusive rights to OpenAI's technology. Every model OpenAI built would run on Microsoft's Azure cloud. Every product would launch on Microsoft's platform first. And there was one more clause, the most controversial one, the AGI clause. If OpenAI ever achieved artificial general intelligence, true human-level AI, the entire deal could be terminated. OpenAI would be free. For Microsoft, this was the ultimate power play. For OpenAI, it was the price of survival. Now, fast forward to April 2026. 7 years into the partnership, everything changed, and it changed fast. On April 27th, Microsoft and OpenAI announced what they called a restructured agreement. But make no mistake, this wasn't a small update. This was a revolution. Here's what happened. First, the exclusivity is gone. OpenAI can now sell its products to any cloud provider. Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, anyone. The models that were once locked inside Azure can now run anywhere in the world. Second, the AGI clause is dead. That controversial provision that could have ended Microsoft's access if OpenAI achieved artificial general intelligence, removed completely. Microsoft now has guaranteed access to OpenAI's models through 2032, regardless of how advanced they become. Third, the money flow changed. Microsoft will no longer pay OpenAI a share of Azure revenue. Instead, OpenAI will pay Microsoft 20% of its own revenue through 2030 with a cap. And fourth, and this is the part nobody's talking about, OpenAI has already started. They've confirmed plans to bring their AI tools to Amazon Web Services. The ink isn't even dry, and OpenAI is already walking through the door Microsoft just opened. So who won this deal? Let's start with Microsoft. On the surface, Microsoft lost. They gave up exclusivity. They gave up the AGI clause. They're no longer the only place OpenAI can sell. But look deeper, and Microsoft's position is still strong. They remain the largest investor in OpenAI. They hold a non-exclusive license to all OpenAI models and products through 2032. That's 6 more years of guaranteed access. And here's the strategic calculation Satya Nadella made. A locked-in OpenAI was becoming a liability. OpenAI was growing too fast, spending too much, and needed more cloud capacity than Azure alone could provide. By releasing the leash, Microsoft actually protected its investment. A bigger, more profitable OpenAI means a bigger return for Microsoft. Microsoft is already building its own AI models. Copilot. Phi. They don't need exclusivity with OpenAI anymore. They need OpenAI to succeed. And a free OpenAI is more likely to succeed than a trapped one. Now let's look at OpenAI. Sam Altman has been playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. For years, OpenAI was trapped. Their most powerful models could only run on Azure. Their biggest customers could only reach them through Microsoft. Now the cage is open. OpenAI can sell directly to enterprises on AWS, the world's largest cloud provider. They can partner with Google Cloud. They can build relationships with governments and militaries that refused to work through Microsoft. But freedom comes with a price. OpenAI now has to compete in the open market. They're no longer Microsoft's protected child. They're a company that needs to prove it can stand on its own. And here's the number that matters most. OpenAI has to generate billions in revenue. Without Microsoft's guaranteed distribution, they need to find customers everywhere. That's why they moved to AWS within days of the announcement. Time is money. and OpenAI is burning through both. But the real winners of this deal aren't Microsoft or OpenAI. They're the companies waiting on the sidelines. Amazon just gained access to the most popular AI models in the world. Anthropic, Amazon's own AI bed, now has to compete directly with OpenAI on the same platform. That's a $100 billion collision. Google has an opportunity too. If OpenAI comes to Google Cloud, Google's enterprise customers get choice. And choice is what enterprise buyers have been demanding. But the biggest winner might be the open source movement. Meta's Llama, Mistral, DeepSeek. These models were already gaining ground because they offered something OpenAI couldn't: freedom from any single cloud provider. Now OpenAI is offering that same freedom, which means the competitive advantage of open source just got smaller. This is the new AI landscape. No more exclusive partnerships, no more locked-in models, just raw competition. And the companies that survive will be the ones that build the best technology, not the ones with the best contracts. On April 27, 2026, the era of exclusive AI partnerships ended. What started as Microsoft's master plan to control the future of artificial intelligence became the catalyst for something much bigger: a truly open AI market. The question now isn't who builds the best model, it's who controls where that model runs. Who has the chips? Who has the data centers? Who has the energy? And right now, nobody controls all of it. Not Microsoft, not OpenAI, not Google or Amazon. The AI power struggle has just begun. And this time, there are no exclusive deals to hide behind. If you want to understand how this affects the technology you use every day, watch our next documentary on Tech Documentary HQ, where we break down what Apple's response to this shift means for your iPhone.